Hi, how are you? I'm Anthony from Cypher House Escape, and I'm back with some more of the University of Maryland Puzzle Hunt. I wanted to start off today's video by showing this poster that the UMD Puzzle Club created for the Jeopardy puzzle hunt that we're currently working through. There's probably a puzzle hidden here in these pictures, but solving that is not the point of today's video. It's to solve the actual hunt, so maybe I'll come back and take a look at this later. I want to mention a couple of quick differences between this video and the first video that I shot in the series. First things first is the time limit that I'm placing on each video. I wasn't sure if 1 hour was going to be enough recording time to create what felt like a complete video all on its own. So I'm bumping that time limit up to 1.5 hours of recording per video. I think that's going to assure that I have something interesting to show in each video. I've also created a new tab in my Excel spreadsheet to keep track of these times. So for the first video, I recorded for 1 hour, and now for the second video, I'm going to record for 1.5 hours. As a reminder, in the last video, I solved 2 of the puzzles from the UMD puzzle hunt, and we made some progress on another puzzle, this one called Password. All right, let's start our timer and see how we do this time. 1, 2, 3, go. So in the password puzzle, we had this keyboard code where all of the symbols were the symbols that are used above the numbers, the number row of a keyboard. So like we have the hashtag is above the 3, the caret is above the 6. And then we looked down the diagonal of the keyboard to get letters from each of those symbols, and that spelled various words. These words that are spelled out with the symbols made a compound word or phrase with the word that goes in the blank. So for this first one, this word was chain, and this word was snail. The word that goes in the blank is mail, because of chain mail and snail mail. The full phrase was the online form of mail, the answer to which is email. All of these answers to these questions are 5 letters long, and I've found all of them. I need to figure out how I get the final answer to this. So last video I tried reading like the first letters of each of these, and that doesn't spell anything. I tried looking at the diagonal, and that doesn't spell anything. I'm thinking that the number of words that we have before and after the blanks could be important here. It's either that or it's the original code in some way. So like if I translated each of these into the keyboard code, email is $, and exclamation point, asterisk, parenthesis. Like I don't see anything there. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything in the code versions of these answers. It feels kind of like we should translate back. Oh, no, I actually see it. Okay, everything that I've said in the video so far is wrong. We are using the keyboard code again, but these words actually clue symbols. So in an email, we use the @ symbol. Stars clues the asterisk. Ratio is the percentage. Pound is an asterisk. And power is the upwards caret. So we need to translate what this word is in the code. Which. Okay, so the answer is probably which. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try the answer which for the password puzzle. Yes, that's what it does if it's correct. If it's wrong, it'll just tell you that you're incorrect. So we've solved the password puzzle. Thank goodness. The answer is which. Okay, so let's go back to the puzzle page now and pick out another puzzle to try. What's American Ninja Warrior? This season of American Ninja Warrior features some peculiar obstacles. In order to navigate them effectively, contestants will first need to figure out how to transition through each obstacle. Completing both courses will reveal this nimble ability a ninja warrior needs to be crowned the champion. So there's 2 pages here with these flow charts. Oh, this looks cool. This looks really interesting. It looks like each of the hexagons is a transformation of some kind, and we're sending words through them. It looks like these are crosswords, so going from tool shed to toe are meant to be examples, as well as the words inside the hexagons themselves. Those are meant to be examples, and then we're translating these words warrior and ninja all the way through the flowchart, and then combining them to get some final answer. Okay, so first things first, for the American Ninja Warrior puzzle, I have to translate this flowchart into an Excel sheet to work off of. So I'm going to start doing that. As an update on time, we are just over 15 minutes in. I've translated the entire set of obstacles into an Excel sheet. So I'm going to start working through these now. Now, like I said before, I think the only ones that matter are getting warrior and ninja down here to the end where the final answer will be. But these across words, as well as the words already in the transformation boxes, are going to help me do that. So for this first transformation, it looks like we change barrier to bar, so it looks like we take just the first 3 letters. So if that's correct, tool shed becomes 2. Now over here, lanky becomes lane, and if this is correct, 2 becomes toe. Well, maybe tool shed became tool, like maybe it's taking the initial word of a longer word, so like tool it's not quite half because of barrier, but I think we're taking the word tool, because then what this transformation does is replaces the final 2 letters OL with an E, and here it replaced the KY with an E, so ninja becomes 9, and warrior becomes war, I think. Ruse becomes reuse. So they just add an E as the second letter, so this becomes peace. Tile becomes loseta. Oh, that's an interesting one. Peace becomes paz. So war is going to change into where. What is going to happen here? Oh, is this just translating it into Spanish? Is loseta Spanish for tile? Loseta, Spanish for tile, yes. 9 in Spanish is nueve. Wall becomes walk. So do we shift the last letter 1 space backwards in the alphabet? So bland becomes blanc. No, that wouldn't work because where would become, the R would become a Q. So that's not right. Is it blank? Does it just change it into a K? So, rubber and fiber. We have the BER at the end. And here we have the NK from blank. Where changes into weak, by the way. I think it's always just replacing the first 3 letters with FI. So blank, the BLA becomes FI. And rubber, the RUB becomes FI. So nueve becomes 5. All right, what's happening here? Gate becomes gate. So it's homophones. Pi becomes the 2-letter version, PI. Week becomes the 7-day week. Quarter becomes half. Pi becomes tau. So we're doubling. Is tau doubled pi? Yeah, 2 pi is represented by tau. So we're doubling 5 to get 10. Now here, pantheon. Wheel becomes spoke. So like spoke being a component of the wheel, so week becomes day. What's part of the pantheon? So the pantheon is this building, Could it be like pillar or column? Oh, the pantheon was the assembly of the gods. So could it be god? Yeah, so we're doubling the middle letter. Ref becomes reef, god becomes good, and 10 becomes teen. Okay, just a couple more, and then we're at our final answer. Dull becomes spoke. Is that a... Did I typo that? Hold on. Yeah, dull becomes spike. So are these opposites? Light becomes dark, and day becomes night. So what's this? Fake quake. So we replace the first letter with a QU. Dark becomes quark. Teen becomes queen. Alright. Linear becomes rail. So it's maybe the last two letters and the first two letters, but in reverse. That would give lion. Nostril becomes lion, because we take the L-I at the end and then the O-N at the beginning. Night becomes thin. Then we have drake becomes duck. Well, a drake is a male version of a duck. Lion is a male version of a lioness. Queen is the female version of a king. So the final answer, if we combine these, is thinking. I'm going to try that in the answer checker. American Ninja Warrior thinking. Correct. Awesome. Another puzzle solved. Okay, so we're about 30 minutes in. We have about an hour to go. Deal or no deal. Today's contestants have picked 24... Oh, today's contestant has picked case 24. Now all we have to do is figure out the values of all the other cases. Thankfully, the banker has given us some clues. Oh, that's nice of the banker. He's never that nice. They said to look at the lowest 9 cases when you're done. Okay, so this looks like a logic puzzle where we're putting all of the values into the cases. I assume we're using the normal values of the cases in Deal or No Deal. Okay, I think everything's translated over into the sheet here, so I should be about ready to start solving. Okay, let's start going through these clues. All values containing the digit 7 are in row 5. The diagonal from case 1 to case 26 sums to 325,206. The values in cases 8, 15, 23, 9, and 5 sum to this. So 1 penny is in there somewhere. And this one says case 24 has either 1 penny or $1 million. So from that we know that case 24 has the $1 million in it, because that's not one of the cases listed that had the penny earlier. Can I figure out anything more about where the penny goes? I know it's in one of these 5. Let me highlight the 5 cases where the penny could be. Okay, these are the cases where the penny could be in yellow here. But every value in row 3 contains a 5, so it can't be this one. Row 2 is consecutively ascending, meaning that if this one were the penny, then these two on the left would have to be lower in it. The consecutive ascending doesn't include this cell though, so we could still put it there. Yeah, I don't see a way to tell which of... Oh, well 5 is included in both of these, and this one doesn't have the penny, so it can't go in number 5, which is that corner. So a penny goes in one of these 2 spots. Okay, here's something interesting. So all of our prices end in either a 0 or a 5. With the exception of the penny and the dollar. So in order to get something that ends in a 6 for dollars, these 2 sums both include the dollar, the $1 amount in it somewhere. So we know that the $1 is somewhere along this diagonal, but it's also in one of these cells. So the value of $1 is in either cell 1 or 13. Ah, here we go. Each value in row 3 contains the digit 5. So this is in row 3. We can't put the dollar there because it doesn't contain the digit 5. So $1 goes in that top left corner there. So since we've restricted the penny to going into one of these 2 cells, So that means that the top row has to contain 4 of these 5 numbers, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, and 100,000, because we also got rid of the 1 million box. But we also know that each of the corners is less than $100, so that means this top right corner has to have the 10 in it. So I know that these orange cells have to sum to $325,205. So how do I get this? There's only a few things that end in 5. There's the $5, $25, and $75. If I subtracted 75 from this, that would leave us with $120. And I don't think there's any way to get $120. So we can't use the 75. Can we use the 25? That means that we would have $170 over here. Yeah, I don't see a way to get $170 either. So I'm pretty sure we need to use the 5 in this sum. That brings it down to $325,200, and we need 3 more numbers to do that. Yeah, we could use the numbers 200, 300,000, and 25,000. Is that the only way? I think it might be. Okay, so I've worked out what 4 numbers go in these 4 cells. The corner has to be less than 100, so that has to be the number 5. Every value in row 3 contains a 5, so that must be the 25,000. So we know that column 2 has to sum to 1,150,425. But I don't think this 200 is going to help us at all. So I'm pretty sure that the 300,000 goes in that column and the 200 goes here. If we take 300,000 out, we have 850,425. Yeah, so that we could do 750,000. And so we put in 100,000. Left with $425, and so we put in 425. All of the numbers in the first row start with a 1, so this is 100,000. All of the numbers that have a 7 have to be in the bottom row, so this is 750,000. Every value in row 3 has a 5, so 25 goes there, 400 goes there. So we need these blue numbers to sum to $450,760 and a penny. And so we need 3 more numbers to sum to this large total. I'm thinking the 400,000 definitely has to be included here. And then that leaves the 50,000 and $750. The 750 has to go on the bottom because it has a 7 in it. And that sorts out where the penny goes, because we knew it was in the 3rd column here. Every value in row 3 has a 5, so 50,000 and 400,000. So we need 2 numbers that sum to $1,050, and I think it's just as easy as making that the 1,000 and the 50 in these 2 cells here. Because the 3rd row has 5s in it, that's the 50, and 1,000 goes up there. Okay, so since the corners are all less than 100, there's only 1 number left less than 100, and it's $75. The cases in row 1 all start with a 1. The only one left that we have is $100. All the numbers with a 7 go in row 5, so this last one in row 5 is $75,000. Let's take a look at row 2 is consecutively ascending except for this penny in the middle. So we have something lower than 300,000, which has a lot of options. But then over here we have something higher than 400,000, which has to be the 500,000. Oh, actually it's consecutively ascending, so that means that this one is 200,000. So I actually could have placed all 4 of those as soon as I had one of them, but I just didn't think about it. Same with row 4 being consecutively descending. As soon as I had one of these in here, I could have placed the rest, I just didn't remember that it was consecutive. So we have 500, 400, 300, 200. Uh-oh. Oh, I made a mistake. So 100 has to go there, but back when I put this 100 at the top, we also still have the 10,000. Okay, awesome. So let's see. What are the 9 lowest values? Okay, so I'm going to convert all of these into letters, I think. Oh, maybe I even just do them in order. That would make sense. So the penny is on space 8, which is an H. 1 is on 1, which is an A. 5 is on 26, which is a Z. The 10 is on 5, which is an E. 25 is on 12, which is an L. 50 is on 14, which is an N. 75 is on 21, which is a U. 100 is on the space 20, which is a T, and 200 is on space 19, which is an S. So our final answer should be hazelnuts. So this is the puzzle Deal or No Deal. I'm trying hazelnuts. That was correct. How are we doing on time? We have about 20 minutes left, so I probably have time to start another puzzle, but maybe not finish it, depending on how well it goes. Yeah, this is one puzzle I remembered from last time, is it's a big, long crossword puzzle. I assume that this is going to take me a little while to fill in the grid. Alright, it took me a bit over 10 minutes to do all the formatting, but I now have the crossword puzzle grid in the Excel spreadsheet, as well as all of the clues across, and I have down over here. As a couple quick notes, in the puzzle, there's obviously across clues that are colored in blue, and down clues that are colored in yellow. Now, I did notice as I was going through that these down clues, which are 8, 29, and 46, don't have any clues. It's just these numbers. So 46 is 1, 29 is 2, and 8 is 3. So name a more blank duo. This is probably name a more iconic duo. Promise is a vow. An Olympic symbol with 24 across. 5 rings, I think. That would fit. So a small stretch. Oh, a fib, like a small lie. And bling, I think ice can mean bling. Watch out is beware. So Bambi's aunt is Ina. 13 down is provokes. Irks. Mauna Kea, Kea, is an island on Hawaii. Chew the fat is probably gab. It's a phrase meaning to chat. Performs big ol' freak. What is it? Okay, I'm gonna look up big ol' freak. Oh, is it a rap? If someone performs big ol' freak, they raps. Ganges and Mekong locale. Oh, those are both in Asia, of course. Caribbean makeup? Like facial makeup? Or Isles, I think. Part of a min. Part of a min. Minute is a second. Nephew's sister is niece. Croat neighbor. Serbia? Ah. We're out of time for today's video. So, to recap, we finished 3 puzzles today. That includes the password puzzle that I started last video, as well as 2 more with the American Ninja Warrior in Deal or No Deal. We also started in on the triple threat crossword puzzle, which I hope to finish up first thing next video. I hope that you enjoyed watching me solve the University of Maryland Jeopardy puzzle hunt. I'm really excited to keep trying. These puzzles have been really good so far. I'm really enjoying them. I plan to finish the entire puzzle hunt before posting this video, so feel free to post spoilers or tell me what things I missed down in the comments section below. It'll be okay for me to read those because I will be done by the time that you're watching this. So that wraps up this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and as always, happy escaping.